Going live.
Last caller standing. Standing.
Oh, hey, Father, what's going on?
Oh, hey, sit down. So, okay, I'm brainstorming for last caller standing this year.
Oh, nice, let's do it.
See, here's the thing, though. I feel like we've been doing it for a couple of years now. We're kind of in a rhythm, but I'm worried that we're getting, like, in a rut. Like, things are stagnant. We're not innovating enough.
Okay, sure.
H.
I think we've got a really good thing going, though, and people love it. I mean, we raise a lot of money for a great cause.
But just, I want you to think, last caller standing. Like, what do those words even mean? We have not fully explored this concept yet.
S.
Okay, I think you might be overthinking it.
Emily, Bishop DeGrood literally told me that this is the most important thing I do every year. I will not let him down.
Did he really say that?
He implied it. You leave that to me. Just give me a chance to try to brainstorm a little bit. I promise I'll run any of my ideas by you.
Okay. Well, I'll be in my office. You let me know if you need anything.
Thank you. All right. Last caller. Huh? It's good, right? What do you think? It's last caller handstanding. Handstanding, huh? Oh.
The persons and there's the nature, the homoousios and the persona, the prosopon. So there's 3 prosopon and 1.
What are you guys doing?
Oh, last caller understanding.
Doesn't that mean that the last caller standing would be the dumbest
Hey,
one?
remember that one time that we were all sitting awkwardly?
Father, what are you doing?
Outstanding.
Schulte, nice selfie.
Withstanding.
Sending it to my Newman kids.
Grandstanding.
I was worried about this. Hi, Father. How you doing?
I can't. I've tried so many different things. Last caller standing. It's perfect. It's so much fun.
Hey, it's okay. You tried.
Why didn't you stop me?
Honestly, Father, this was a journey you had to go on. But I'm so glad that you did it. You tried really hard. You gave it your best. And you've come to the truth that last caller standing is perfect as it is. And I hate to tell you this, but we go live in about 30 seconds, so I'm going to need you to get yourself together.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Last Caller Standing. We're so glad to be back. It's that time again where we pit our priests against one another to find out who is the greatest, who is the best, who is the most priestly, and who is the last caller standing. I'm Father Andy Thuringer, one of your hosts for this evening, joined by Emily Leadham.
Welcome, everybody. It's so good to have you here. I think we have a stellar lineup of priests participating in everybody's favorite game in the entire world. This is Last Caller Standing. Friends, it doesn't get any better than this. It's going down tonight.
Oh, yeah. Now, many of you know that this isn't just a fun game, although it totally is that. But this is also a fundraiser for Lumen Christi, one of the great ministries in our diocese. Many of you know Lumen Christi primarily from the college students that come to your parish each and every summer to teach vacation Bible schools, to have small groups with your high schoolers, and to generally take wherever our kids are at in the parish and try to help them grow their faith in a week, but an amazing week. But there's so many other things that Lumen Christi does in our diocese.
That's right. Father Andy and I actually both are alumni of what was formerly Totus Tuus, but now Lumen Christi. And I would say for both of us, it has had long-lasting impacts on who we are as disciples today. So the ongoing work of these missionaries in and throughout our diocese that are now actively involved, raising families in our parishes, has a huge impact. So our support here tonight goes to ensuring that that cost is kept low for our parishes so that they can continue to bring these teams in. And then we're also working to grow and establish a year-round missionary program as well. So all funds that are raised tonight goes directly to helping support this program, which is such a gift in our diocese.
And don't forget that Lumen Christi also helps run confirmation retreats, and they staff the summer D camp, which I know has changed so many people's lives and helped them to come to know Jesus in a deeper way. So if you like all of these ministries that Lumen Christi offers, please not only join us tonight and have a lot of fun, but please give. There is a way to donate by going to our diocesan website.
Yeah, so it's sfcatholic.org/LCS. That's SF as in Sioux Falls Catholic.org/LCS. Last caller stand.
Into the game. A couple of notes on gameplay tonight. Our priests will be divided into teams, starting with 3 teams, merging down to 2 teams, and then finally it'll be mano a mano.
Mano a mano.
They will compete in challenges to either avoid going to tribal council, where they can get voided, where they have to vote a member of their own team out, or eventually to get immunity from being voted out. The audience will help with several votes along the way, which reminds me, if you're watching at a watch party, you got a bunch of people together, make sure to open YouTube on your phone as well, because several times we'll be having polls that you can directly affect the outcome of the game in. And so you want to have your individual vote, even if you're watching in a big group. The audience will help vote for the final last caller standing through both YouTube and Flocknote. Those will each count as 1 vote. And viewers collectively count as 2 votes for a priest. And also, don't forget, we sent out those like fun bingo cards. There's nothing like official there, but I'd love to see in the chat like how fast somebody gets a bingo on those bingo cards.
Yes.
I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yes, we will be watching the chat throughout the night. It sounds like audio is getting better. Sorry about that, friends. Hopefully you can hear us loud and clear now. And just to be clear, there's going to be two ways to vote in the final, and that is going to be on YouTube polls. So make sure that, like Father Andy just explained, that you've got your YouTube up, open in your app so that you can follow along on that chat, that you can vote. And then you can also vote via Flocknote. So we want you to text last caller, all capital, no space, to 84576. Again, that's 84576. Text last caller, and that'll ensure that you'll get text updates. You'll get continued email updates as well about Lumen Christi, about things that are happening in the diocese. And of course, when we have last caller standing next year, you will be the first to know.
Couple rules for our priests. The priests are allowed no outside help. There's no phone a friend. They can't watch the live event. The chat is wide open between priests. They have their own secret chat. So if they want to scheme and try to blindside one of their competitors, that's totally fine. We've talked before, one of the hardest things about Last Caller Standing is our priests are just too nice to each other. They love each other too much. And we go, no, get them. So that is totally allowed.
We've been encouraging some more competitive spirit this year.
And they also, all the priests have been sent certain envelopes that they can only open when instructed by us. And that's because some of these envelopes have advantages that the priests can use throughout the evening. For instance, we'll have a hidden immunity advantage. This advantage gives them the chance to ignore one of the clergy council votes, and it won't be revealed to the other players that they have it until they use it. They can also earn extra votes. This means that they get 2 votes at clergy council instead of just 1, putting their thumb on the scale, if you will. And there is an immunity advantage that gives the player immunity from one of the clergy councils entirely. The fellow priests will be made aware of this before voting occurs, and their vote still counts.
Yes, that's right. And there's still time to donate to give a priest of your choice that hidden immunity. So even right before the game, already things were shifting around. Who we thought was going to have a hidden immunity has already changed based on some of the donations that have come in just the last 30 minutes. So again, to donate, sfcatholic.org/LCS, last caller standing.
We've been going through one of the immunities that priests can win is from our social media battle, seeing which priests can get the most likes leading up to this event. And we're happy to announce our winner.
I think we can announce our winner.
It's Father Grant Lacey. Congratulations. People like you. They like you a lot.
You're a social media wizard, Father Lacey. It might help that he's on a college campus. So well done, Father Lacey. Congratulations. So you may go ahead and open envelope number 3 that should have come in your package.
Also, priests that have received $1,000 or more in funding are allowed to open envelope 2, which is an extra vote. So priests that are allowed to open envelope 2 at this time are
Father Kapperman, Father Griffin, Father Tim Cohn, Father Scott Traynor, and Father Dan Smith. Well done, gentlemen. Over $1,000 each. Congratulations. Please open envelope number 2. Don't show it to us. Don't tell us what it is, but you can go ahead and take a look.
also if the priest, well, it's all of you doing this, but if the priest raised $1,500 or more, they will be getting a secret message from our support staff in the Zoom. And I think we'll keep that all secret and locked down for now.
Is that right? Or can we announce it?
Go for it.
Can we announce that? I think, oh no, you're going to get a message from our support team.
That's what I thought. I thought it was secret.
This is why I'm supposed to read the notes that people give me. I apologize. You're going to get, priests, if you receive this advantage, you are going to get an individual message from our support team letting you know that you can open up envelope number 3. So, sorry about that. You're going to get a message very, very shortly. And we have one priest who has raised over $1,800 for Lumen Christi. And we are also going to send him a message privately that he can open another envelope. So priests, be on the watch in that chat. You should be getting a message from Audrey very, very soon, letting you know that you can open up those envelopes if you met those goals.
By the way, we've heard that the donation link, that there are some bugs with it right now. We're working on that. We'll get it solved as soon as we can. So if you're experiencing problems, you're not alone. We're working on it.
We'll get it set up for you. Okay, I think we're ready to meet our contestants.
Let's do it.
Is it time? Let's do this. All right, we've got 3 teams starting out tonight, very aptly named Team Faith, Hope, and Charity. We're hoping for a limited charity tonight. We want real combat in the chat. Just kidding, be charitable. But Faith, Hope, and Charity. Father, do you want to introduce us to Team Faith?
Yeah, let's start off with Team Faith. We've got Father Tim Cohn, Father John Rutten, Father Dan Smith, and Father Jeffrey Schulte. That's Team Faith.
And Team Hope, we've got Father Jacob Doty, Father Michael Kapperman, Father Scott Traynor, and Father Tyler Mattson.
And finally, but last and greatest among these virtues, we have Team Charity. I love these guys. We have Father Grant Lacey, Father Mitch McLaughlin, Father Nick Haiar, and Father Michael Griffin. That's Team Charity.
Team Faith, Hope, and Charity. You should see, viewers at home, all of our priests have their name and their virtue or their team written right behind their name. So that'll help you keep track of who's who in these first couple of games. Which, speaking of, I think it's time for our first game.
Well, it's tradition here at Lumen Christi to, one, throw you guys right into the mix of it and give you a really tough challenge, which every year is our scavenger hunt. In just a few short moments, all of you priests are going to be allowed to run like the lightning and try to collect items that will be scored for points. We'll give you 60 seconds to do that, so not long. But we figured we'd mix it up a little bit this year. We've asked all of the priests in advance to bring a bowl with them. Priest, would you mind showing us the bowl you've brought?
There they are.
And this was no accident. We asked you this because you'll need to use this bowl during your scavenger hunt. You must now, in the next 60 seconds, collect as many items as you can that fit in that bowl that start with the letters B, O, W, or L. If it does not start with a B, O, W, or L, it cannot be counted for points. 1 point per item. You have 60 seconds on your marks. Get set. Bowl!
I love watching their facial expressions as they're thinking concretely, like, what do I have that start? Like Father Nick Haiar, did you see his face?
No.
He just got so intense. He was ready.
Father Haiar is a previous champion.
That is right. He is our current reigning.
Last caller standing.
Yes, he is our current last caller standing from last year. Is that right?
Returning and reigning.
Returning and reigning. Is there a do you think there's going to be kind of a move to get him out in light of the fact that he won last year?
Look, I'm not going to speak to my fellow priest motives. I can tell you that if I was in the arena,
you'd be going for him.
I would be gunning for him.
I love it. I love it. Wow, we've already got some guys coming back. Oh, hey, have you been watching the clock?
I have not been watching the clock.
Somebody's been watching the clock. All right, we're just gonna
we're gonna put 30 seconds on the clock.
We got a clock. Don't worry. I wonder if they're at an advantage or a disadvantage, those that are zooming in from their office versus those that are zooming in from home. if you've got more or less options at your disposal.
You know, with 4 letters on the table, I feel like it's anybody's game. The hardest part is normally we tell them exactly what we want to find, right? We say crucifixes or relics, and this time it's like, no, it can be anything.
Yeah, that's right.
But it's got to be BOWO. All right, we're getting them close to it now. I'm gonna count down from 10, and we're just about there. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Okay, Father Schulte walked into frame. I think I'm going to allow it. I think he's okay here. We're going to go one at a time. And we're counting up here points that you guys have. Let's start, Father John Rutten. Talk us through and count for us how many things you were able to fit in your bowl.
I have a book. I have a Bible. I have a bottle. I have a bulb.
These are excellent.
I have a lighter. Can you duplicate?
Yes.
I have another lighter. And that's it.
6, am I correct?
I lost audio, so you're on your own on that.
All right. Father Tim Cohn.
Okay, so these are all full of books. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh
10,
my goodness.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Hold on.
This harkens back to when Father Cowles had a box of glow-in-the-dark rosaries.
7,
and he just crushed everyone.
29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38.
Father Cohn, are we close, or should we move on and come back to you?
You should probably come back to me.
All right, Father Nick Haiar.
I have book, another book, more books.
I should have known priests would have books.
Books, book.
And these all fit in your bowl?
Yeah.
Okay.
Onion and 3 bananas.
I count 11 there?
Sure.
All right, we'll put it at 11. Father Cohn is still counting silently. Father Mitch.
In my cereal bowl, I have a book, a ball, a book, a Bible, a breviary, and another book.
Was that 7?
6.
6. All right. Father Kapperman.
I have 25 books and booklets. So 25 there. And 5 sticks of butter.
35. Or no, 30.
30.
Wow, well done. Father Grant Lacey.
So in my bowl, I've got beans. 1, 2, 3.
Are we going to need to come back to you here?
Well, I've got a pound of them. I'm not sure how many are in a pound.
Okay, you do your best. We're gonna mute you. We'll come back to you. You count for us, and we'll come back to you. Father Cohn.
I've got my final number if you want.
Yeah.
92. And as you can see, they are all in here.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing! Wow. Okay, 92. There's the mark to beat. Father Schulte, can you beat 92?
No, but I had a much smaller bowl.
Okay, yeah, I noticed. What's the best thing that you got?
I got balls, stress ball, all these Nerf balls, a wolves mask. So that's 2.
It's one of our few W's. Good job.
Yeah.
Bonus points, right? Bottle for holy water. 3. Let me count how many. Oh, a lighter. That's 4. Then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 18 balls.
All right.
Well, that's 18 total.
That's pretty solid.
That's pretty solid. We're going to try to move along here because I'm pretty sure Father Grant. First of all, Father Grant, do you think you beat 92? Oh, he's still muted.
I just went past 120.
Okay. From our other priests, is there anybody who beat 120?
Maybe.
Maybe? Oh, right.
Well, he did say he was only at 120. So he could have a lot more.
I got 100 balloons. I got 12 LaCroix and 5 bottles of water. So 117.
Well done. We got some high scores. They did better than I thought they were going to. All right, we're tallying some points here. Father Dan Smith, what were you holding up?
Oh, boy.
Some balls in a bag, and I got some bowls, but I don't have 150, 170. I don't beat all the beans.
Okay. What are those balls? Are those like
plastic balls?
Like you jump in a pit with them kind of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Just another day in parish life, you know?
Everybody who hasn't gone yet should be counting your items because we need everybody's count.
Okay.
All right. Father Doty, what you got?
In my bowl, I have a sheet of labels. So 29 labels for the Culture of Life Committee on there.
29 labels. Are you going to give that 29 or 1?
Oh, 100% I'm going to give it 29.
Okay. Just checking.
And then I have a bunch of batteries, and I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 batteries. The 29
All right,
labels,
we've got
13
that down.
batteries.
Father Griffin, what's your total?
22 with 15 pieces of licorice.
Ooh.
And 3 oils.
So 25.
Oh, nice.
Well, I included those in my number. I
Oh,
giving you my
100%.
total.
Father Mattson.
I have 9 beautiful oranges.
Now, are those nectarines?
It's a B and an O?
Oranges, don't worry about it. They're oranges. The color is orange.
We'll give it to you.
Oh, man. Have we not hit anybody yet? Did we get everybody's totals?
We still have Father Smith is counting. Father Lacey basically gets infinity beans.
And they're white beans, so it counts twice.
We'll say it looks like Team Charity is safe, especially due to Father Lacey's beans. We're still looking to see who's the loser between Team Faith and Team Hope.
Father Scott had 119 points, right?
It's true, yes.
So that's going to be tough to
every
beat with
team
Team Hope.
had a heavy hitter. This
Yeah.
is the problem. We tried to announce right away, oh yeah, this team lost. It's kind of close.
151.
151 for Father Dan Smith.
This could be big.
Oh, boy.
Oh, I think that
we do have a
151 Team Faith
verdict.
crosses the finish line. Team Hope, I'm sorry, you're going to clergy council.
Okay, the math of that was extremely stressful. So
Every year, I'm like, how many things could they fit in a bowl? And they're like, how about 1,000?
How about 1,000? And I will say, I told Father Andy before we started that he was going to be in charge of tallying all points tonight because I can't do math under pressure like this, especially when numbers are that high.
All right, clergy council for Team Hope, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry that you have to do this, but you have to vote out one of your brethren. What we're going to do right now, you've all been given, this year voting will be live and it will not be anonymous. So all the contestants have been given a whiteboard on which they can very clearly and legibly, please, write the priest who they think should be voted out of their team. So what we're going to do, first of all, we're going to open it up for 1 minute to let you guys speak your piece. It seems like Father Traynor really did well. Father Doty did pretty well. Father Mattson, only a couple dozen oranges, if they were even
If
that.
they were oranges.
You know, why do you deserve to stay?
When Father Scott only had, what, like 120? I mean, that was it? I think if he's
Right.
going to be the heavy hitter, you got to be a heavy hitter.
I agree. I mean, it was bad, and they're all balloons. There was no variety. It's just, yeah, it's tough. Tough.
Father Kapperman, anything you'd like to say for yourself?
Well, we got to play the long game here, and so I want to take the weak people with me. So I think Father Mattson, I'd like to see him go on because then I got better chances later on in the game.
Maybe he's going to start out slow and kind of up his
Yeah.
ante throughout.
I
Father
support
Jacob
that. I support
Doty,
that.
anything you'd like to say?
Well, you know, we all like each other, but I think the performance maybe speaks for itself. the Father Tyler did not participate, and this would pain me to vote for him, but it might have to be what it is.
Thank you for your honesty, Father.
All right, with that,
All right.
it's time to vote. I'm going to ask each of our contestants to write the name of the person that they would like to vote off on their whiteboard. Remember that once you do this, you cannot change your vote.
If we'd like to use an advantage, can we do so now?
After the vote.
After
the vote.
After the vote.
Unless it's an advantage to vote more than once. If it's a voting advantage, you should declare that now, and you can vote more than once.
I'd like to declare things now.
Extra vote.
Oh!
Double whammy.
So
Okay.
Father Kapperman will get 2 votes.
So write that name 2 times. Or you could write 2 different names. That's true. That's true.
That'd be chaos.
That would be chaos. All right. Father Jacob Doty, are you okay if we start with you? Who are you voting off in Clergy Council?
This
Go.
hurts me because I wanted to be an alliance.
No, wait,
with,
stop.
Oh, wait.
Sorry.
Wait.
Once they have their votes, now we need to ask, does anybody want to play an immunity to keep themselves safe? In 3, 2, 1. All right, Father Doty, please reveal who you voted out in Clergy Council.
You know, I watched a lot of Survivor growing up, and it was always important to knock out the tough people first. So, unfortunately, I'm going to vote for Father Tyler Mattson.
Okay. All right. Father Tyler Mattson, who are you voting for this Clergy Council?
It's not personal. I'm just trying to save my own head.
Father Scott. Okay. Father Scott, who are you voting for?
Back at you.
Father Mattson. Okay. And so is that 2 for Mattson?
Yes.
All right. Father Kapperman, what do you got?
I
Father
doubled up
Scott.
just in case one of them had an immunity. So sorry, Father Tyler.
Clever. Unfortunately, that means it's 2 votes for Father Traynor, 3 for Father Mattson. Father Tyler Mattson, I'm sorry. You are not the last caller standing. Please break your immunity. Idol.
Your torch?
I just
Your
want to
torch, tiki
apologize
torch?
to all the pastor at 17 people. I said I didn't want to be the first one out, but I am anyways. So you can tell Father Andrew he can fire me.
Pastor 17, I don't have a pastorate. I will carry that torch for you. You
Well,
are
they
my
still have
people
Father Nick.
now.
They
I
still
will
have
be
Father
your
Nick.
priest.
Goodbye, Father Mattson. Thank you so much for playing. Stay on. We'll see you in the final vote. This is just heartbreaking.
That was tough.
I didn't see...
That was excellent, though. I'm very impressed with splitting the vote from Father Kapperman. At this point, we are merging teams, correct?
No, I think we still have 3 teams.
I have something out of whack in my paperwork. Emily.
I think we are ready for our next game. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a little game called Death Roomba, and we are very, very excited to be heading live over to the Bishop Carlson conference room with Hector Bautista, who is going to take away our next game.
Well, thank you, Father Andy, and thank you, Emily. My name is Hector Batista. I am the Director of Mission Engagement, and here we are at the Death Roomba ring, right? We have faith, hope, and charity, not in that order. The reds are faith. The blues are charity, and the white are hope balloons. And if you didn't understand earlier, let me break it down to you really quick. Once all of one color is eliminated, then that team is going to have to take off one of their priests, right? One of the teams is going to have to eliminate one of their priests. That's what's going to happen. I am going to initiate the death Roomba right now, and we're going to see it circle around and destroy some balloons. Here we are. Death Roomba's looking, just coming off aggressive, looking very, and it went for charity really fast. Going for Faith. Faith just trying to, Faith stayed alive. I don't know what to do right now. Faith is still on. I'm going to bring Faith right back on the board. That was hope. Oh my goodness, Faith lost another balloon. I'll put this one back on. Hopefully you can hear me even though I don't have the microphone on. Sorry, Faith. Oh my gosh, and this Faith continues to survive. Not for long, though. Faith is eliminated. Ladies and gentlemen, the Death Roomba is crawling around like a lion looking for some balloon to devour. I don't know what that means. It must be from Play-Doh. Here we go. The Death Roomba on the march, coming for charity. I could sense it. It is coming for charity, and charity is eliminated. Ladies and gentlemen, charity has been eliminated. Back to you, Father Andy. Back to you, Emily.
Well, Death Roomba has spoken.
That was a tough one. I am like on the edge of my seat.
I'm actually super impressed that Hector was able to bring the balloon back into play.
I know.
I know. We were all stressing out here. Like, this might not be legitimate. We might have to do it over. But I think he saved it there. Unfortunately, and our priests don't know this because they were not able to see the live stream. Priests, I have some bad news. Team Charity, all of your balloons were popped. You are heading to Tribal Council.
Team Charity, we will see you in Tribal Council. I'd also like to take this moment to thank Mrs. Anita Thuringer for donating the Roomba for today's challenge.
I've got to keep it for the last 2 weeks. My house has never been cleaner. Thanks, Mom.
I love our priest moms. What would we do without them, you know?
I don't know. All right. So we are working on getting Team Charity over into Clergy Council. You guys have 1 minute. Who deserves to say? Who deserves to go? Obviously, no failures on your part except for your balloons.
It looks like we still are working on getting... There we go. All right, here we go, Team Charity. Whew, that was a tough one. Father Mitchell McLaughlin, you have anything you'd like to say for yourself today?
Oh, yeah. I'm new here, so I think I should play the game full and through. I've watched plenty of Survivor, and, yeah, I'm in it to win it.
Well said. Father Griffin, anything that you'd like to say? Oh, unmute yourself first, because I know it's going to be really good.
I'm an old man. Have mercy on me.
You're not that old.
I still look old.
Father Grant Lacey, what about you? What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, I bring a lot of beans to this situation. So if I win, I'm making bean soup. So just putting that out there.
Well said. Well said.
Father Haiar, you're the returning champion. You get to say nothing. We would like everybody now to go right to their whiteboards. And please vote for who you would like to leave Team Charity. Remember that once you select this person, you may not change your vote. This is some interesting, realpolitik, because nobody failed the last game.
I know it.
We kind of cast lots.
Yes.
And Team Charity.
Yeah. There's a few messages in the chat just commenting how intense that was. I would agree. It was a very, very intense challenge. One of the more intense that we've had.
Those were shish kebab skewers. They were incredibly sharp.
So initially our plan was to use knives, but that felt too intense. So I feel like the shish kebabs really paid off.
Oh, yeah.
Worked well.
All right. At this point, I will ask anybody, now that everybody has voted, would anybody like to play a hidden advantage that they have? In 3, 2, 1. All right. We will start revealing votes. Father Mitchell McLaughlin, who have you voted for?
Father Nick won last year.
Father Nick. 1 vote for Father Nick to come off.
Father Griffin.
Just in case I may be voted off, I want to give a shout out to Muskrat Farm Supply in Eden, South Dakota, for all your farm supply needs.
Hey, a previous sponsor of Lumen.
Tell the Samsons of Father Michael Griffin sent you, and he may give you 10% off, or he may throw you out of the store.
Look at that.
This has got nothing to do with his personality, which is winning and kind, and he is a wonderful man. But for the exact same reason he won last year, you shouldn't have the stick behind your head. Sorry.
Oh, two for Father Nick. Okay, Father Grant Lacey.
I was really torn because over this last year, Father Nick and I, we've bonded, but it's got to happen.
Father Nick, I am sorry. Like a lamb led to the slaughter and he opened not his mouth. You have officially been voted off. You are not the last collar standing. Please break your torch.
Oh, this is brutal.
Oh.
Goodbye, Father Nick. Stay on for the final vote. We'll see you when we all come back. Woo-wee. All right, things are getting serious. I think we are officially ready to merge teams. So as much as you have all bonded together over the past number of challenges, it's time to shake things up. We are going to reassign these teams.
When they come back, we'll have teams Temperance and teams Fortitude, two more wonderful virtues. In the meantime, though, we would like to take a quick commercial break for Lumen Christi, where you'll get to hear from Chris Euler in Aberdeen.
I would describe Lumen Christi as this gift, right? This gift that is heeding the call of Christ, of the gospel mission, to go forth to the peripheries and bring all people to him. Our community has really been affected by Lumen Christi in as much as we've seen them come in to the community and become a part of it, doing Bible studies, working on one-on-ones, just spending time with guys, doing these different things that are not necessarily the big grandiose events, but the little things. It's in these little ways that we've seen people take these steps in faith, right? And so Lumen Christi has come into the community and has helped people really take hold of their faith by just being themselves. So the tangible fruits we've seen that Lumen Christi has left, speaking from the school encounter, right now at Roncalli we have several small groups led by teachers that weren't there before Lumen Christi started. Well, why weren't they there before? Because frankly, we didn't really have the time or the energy to really invest, but we saw them making a beautiful investment in these one-on-ones, and we decided to make the time. We said, you know what, this is important. We've seen fruit growing in our students. We've seen students grow from, maybe going to Mass every so often on Sunday to going every Sunday. And because they're going every Sunday, they're going to be more apt to listen to the voice of God when it comes to going to confession, participating in the sacraments, doing these things that change their life, and then driving them into a Bible study. That very first year we had Lumen Christi, we had 2 students become Catholic. And if you ask both of them why they did it and why they sought out the sacraments and the Eucharist, it's because of Lumen Christi's witness. We have people coming to the church. We have people coming to a deeper realization that their faith matters and their life matters and that they have a God who loves them so much. Lumen Christi's impact has actually transformed our school in a way that has changed our scope of how we evangelize our kids and has given me this new look at, this is more than just learning about the good things that the Lord has taught us in morality or about the sacraments. No, this is about discipleship. And it's given me these tools by looking at it, by looking at the way that they do it, to then take it and say, hey, we can do this here.
All right. Thanks, Chris Euler. It was so great to hear from you. I think we are almost back with our 2 new teams. While we finalize those, I think we're ready for our first raffle drawing.
Absolutely. If you donate at least $20, you got your name in the pool for a prize. We're going to draw 2 different prizes. So this is only the first one. You still have a chance to make the second drawing. But our winner is Gerald Dvorak. We will be getting in touch with you and make sure that you get your wonderful prize, your Lumen Christi swag. Thank you so much for supporting us here at Lumen Christi and at Last Collar Standing.
All right, I think we are ready with our 2 new teams. We are down to Temperance and Fortitude, ladies and gentlemen, and I think that brings us to our next game.
Absolutely. It's time for these 2 teams to show what they got. So our next game is called the Litany of Humility. we asked our priests to be humble men in service of God, not caring what other people think of them. And so we asked them to send us the least cool picture of themselves that they could find. In just a moment, we're going to put up not only the pictures, but a live YouTube poll, and you are going to get to decide who you think has the best least cool picture. In other words, you should vote for who you think embarrassed themselves the most. That team will be given immunity and will not be going to clergy council. With that being said, I'm ready for the beautiful, awkward goodness. Let's throw up the pictures of our priests.
And we'll get those polls going as well. Just a note, we're going to kind of do those polls in sections, so you'll see them 1 through 4, 5 through 8.
And we know some priests have already been voted out, but we're putting their pictures up anyway. But please don't vote for them. That would be wasting your vote.
That's right. All right, are we ready for some of these pictures? We got them up? All right.
They're so good.
They are so good. They are cruising through on our live stream.
All right, so we've posted our poll. It's up to you, audience at home. Who do you think had the best, least cool picture? Who's worthy of victory in the litany of humility? We're going to give you about 30 to 60 seconds here on the clock, so get your votes in now. Remember that this won't be the only YouTube poll we do, so if you're kind of scrambling now to get your phone, that's okay. You'll get another chance. We have other games that we'll vote in.
That's right. I'm very disappointed that both Father Tyler Mattson and Father Nick Haiar have been voted out because, wow, they really showed up in the litany of humility.
They were strong contenders for sure.
Oh, Father Michael Griffin, did you see his? That is so good.
I have seen that picture before because I lived with him.
Father Scott Traynor, please tell me you still have that vest. And I would like you to wear it to work the next week. That is so bad.
You know, next time you're nervous to go to confession, one of these guys, just think of this picture.
That's right. Just remember, they too
have
are
nothing
humble,
to be embarrassed about.
humble men,
Not for
humble
these guys.
human beings. Oh, man. All right. Our poll is calculating. And I think we are close.
Do we have both polls up there? Oh, multiple polls at the same time. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're having some technical difficulties. It appears that we're only allowed to do one poll at a time. So the first poll that was up, I'm calling it right now. Father Scott Traynor won with 37% of the vote. And now can we put up the second set, and we'll give the audience 30, 45 seconds on that. I hope I'm not
I think
making
that
our
works.
YouTube moderator.
I think that works. I think that means that fortitude is safe. Does that not mean that fortitude is actually safe?
Well, what we might need to do... Oops.
Oh, to see...
Because, we've got a second pull up now. So if this is from Temperance, we might need to have a showdown just between those two.
That's right.
This has become a bracket-style event, which was not my intention. But
we're rolling with things, friends.
Who should I vote for? I should be impartial, shouldn't I?
would like to vote, too. Jacob Doty just actually looks like he's this awesome guy helping feed a baby. Not uncool at all.
All right, I see we're already up to 91 votes.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to give it 15 more seconds before we close this poll.
When did Father Jeff Schulte have a shaved head?
COVID was dark times for all of us. Some of us never got it back.
That's so good. Okay,
all right,
our
so the
poll
winner of
is
that
in.
poll was Father Jeff Schulte. So that means, are they on the same team?
They are. They are on the same team.
They are both fortitude.
They are both on the same team. So that means Temperance is indeed going to clergy council.
All right, Temperance, you're headed to clergy council. I'm so sorry for all of your loss and embarrassment. Actually, priests, thank you so much for being good sports. They were amazing in this. We love them so much. But Temperance, you're going to clergy council. Let's do this.
Thank you for being not cool. All right, Team Temperance, we are going to give you an opportunity to vote. Does anyone have any advantages that they would like to play, such as a double vote or anything like that at this point? Hold on to your immunities. Okay. I think we should hear from just a few of you. Father John Rutten, it's been a little minute since we've heard from you. How are you feeling? Do you have anything that you'd like to say for yourself?
I'm just playing safe and living large and grateful for all the people that are watching. It always makes it more fun when we got a watch party going on here at the Newman Center. So I'm excited to be a part of this. My family and people from Harrisburg, St. John Paul II, and
Milk in our hearts.
Amberts, Yankton. It's awesome. Love it.
Beautiful. Father Tim Cohn, anything that you'd like to say for yourself?
Hey, man, I'm in it to win it. This is going to be the big comeback, man. Redemption from last year.
All right, here they go. Cappy, you're unmuted. Father Kapperman, anything you'd like to say?
Just trying to stay pumped up here.
He's going strong. He is going strong. Father Griffin, anything else from the old man in the room?
I'm so kind.
He genuinely is.
He's so kind.
I have a bowl of candy in Mobridge. If anybody wants to visit, I would be happy to give you up in the Yukon and to share with you some Yukon candy.
There you go.
I'm so kind, and it's like putting a knife through the heart of kindness if you vote against me. So that's just all I'm saying.
Father Grant Lacey, what would you like to say? Don't forget to unmute yourself.
I'm sitting here with Ellsworth, my dog, and he's giving me a lot of support. And he really thinks that I should probably stay on the team because there's a lot more work that needs to be done.
All right, gentlemen, let's go ahead and make this vote. Go ahead and write down on your whiteboard who you think needs to be voted off the island this clergy council. All right, before we ask you to reveal, does anyone have an immunity that they would like to play? This will keep you safe if indeed you get voted off. Okay.
All right, with that, Father Kapperman, who'd you vote for?
There's no room for playing safe in last caller standing.
All right, Father Rutten.
Father Rutten, who'd you vote for? He's in shock. Father Michael Kapperman. Oh boy, it's on. It is on. Okay, Father Grant Lacey, who did you vote for?
That's 2 for Father Kapperman.
And Father Tim Cohn, who did you vote for?
That's
Sorry,
2 and
John,
2.
you're a big threat to me, buddy.
The decision in all wisdom given to Father Griffin.
The kindest man on earth.
I'm a coyote. You're a coyote. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Moment of truth.
Happy Monus, Father Kapperman the Great.
Father Kapperman, with that, you have been voted out of clergy council. You are not going to be the last caller standing. Please break your torch, and we'll see you at the end of the stream.
Goodbye, Father Kapperman. We're going to bring everybody else back in. Au revoir. Adios. So long. Farewell. Ever since becoming a mom, I can't handle things like this. I am way too sensitive. All right, let's keep cutting throat. We are ready for our next challenge. Father, are you ready?
Absolutely.
All right, tell us about this game.
It's time for our next game. Father Kapperman is gone. It's old news. And now it's time for our next game to decide which team is going to clergy council. Our next game is called Many Words. I'm going to give you guys an example here. So each team is going to come up with a champion. So it's going to be 1 against 1. Fortitude will send someone forward. Temperance will send someone forward. And you guys will have to come up with words of a certain number of letters. So let's say 3 letters. You're only allowed to use 3-letter words, and they must start with a certain letter. And we will bounce back and forth with 2 seconds for your champion to come up with a new word that has not been repeated. If they either repeat a word that's already been said, or if they take longer than 2 seconds to come up with a word, they are out, and that's a strike against your team. The first team to 3 strikes is going to clergy council. With that, I would ask each team if you can put forward a champion. There will be multiple rounds of this, but not everybody will get to play.
Team Temperance, who's your champion to get started?
Feel free to raise the hand or choose yourself.
All right, Father John Rutten. He is no longer playing it safe.
No. Father Michael Griffin.
Oh, he wanted to nominate Father Griffin.
Recommending.
I'm gonna say that's the thing. So Father Griffin will be the first champion,
Yep.
and then Fortitude, we need a champion from you.
Father Scott.
Scott.
Father Scott Traynor versus Father Michael Griffin.
All right, here we go.
We're going to start with Father Traynor, and then it's going to go to Father Griffin, and back and forth until one of you repeats a word or is not quick enough on the draw. So, your first set of words, they must be 3 letters long, and they have to begin with the letter B. Father Traynor, on your marks, get set, go.
B.
Yes. Oh, B. Boy. Okay, I got it.
Boy.
Bet.
Bag.
Bad.
Bra.
Big.
I'm sorry, that's too long, Father Griffin.
Oh, was that 2 seconds?
I'm trying to be somewhat generous, but that was closer to 4 seconds.
All right, that's 1 strike against Team Temperance.
All right, that's 1 strike against Temperance.
We need new champions.
We need 2 more champions.
Temperance, who's your new champion?
Oh. I think we should go with Tim Cone.
Tim Cone, I like this. The former champion should choose the next person.
Yeah,
Father
that's
Traynor,
good.
who's up for your team?
Let's go Jeff Schulte.
All right. Father Schulte versus Father Cone. Your words will also be 3 letters, but we'll begin with the letter... Oh, so first of all, we're going to do... Father Cone will begin. All right? 3 letters will begin with the letter H. On your marks. Get set. Go!
Hot.
Hat.
Hit.
I'm sorry, Father Schulte. For the record, this game's really hard.
Fortitude. It is hard, especially on Zoom. Okay, so that's 1 strike for Temperance and 1 strike for Fortitude. Temperance, Father Cone, who's your next champion from Team Temperance?
Let's go Grant Lacey.
All right, Grant Lacey, you're up. And Father Jeff Schulte, who's your next champion from Fortitude?
Let's go with my brother in arms, Father Mitchell.
All right, Father Mitchell.
We'll start off with Father Mitchell, then we'll go to Father Grant. Now we're moving up. It is now 4-letter words. 4-letter words that begin with a T. On your marks. Get set. Go.
Chill. Time.
Take.
Test.
I'm sorry, that's too long.
2 P's.
Oh, I was very close.
Oh, so close. Okay, that's another strike against Team Fortitude. We've got 1... Well, yeah. Okay, Fortitude. Who's your next champion? Father Mitchell, who would you like to nominate?
Father Jacob.
All right, Father Jacob Doty and Father Lacey, who's your next Temperance champion?
Father John Rutten.
Father John Rutten. All right, Jacob Doty and Father John Rutten.
Who's first?
We'll start with Father Doty.
Okay.
Again, we're on a round of 4 letters. And your word begins with C. On your marks. Get set. Go.
Cape.
Cane.
Cart.
Call.
Damn.
I'm sorry, that's too long.
Fortitude. All right, that looks like we are at 3 strikes for Fortitude.
I'm sorry, Fortitude. You will be headed to Clergy Council.
Dun, dun, dun. All right, Fortitude, we're going to pull you into Clergy Council here. Woo-wee. That was intense. That was a hard game.
I am terrible at games like that, like thinking on the spot like that, which is why I host and I watch them squirm.
You kind of enjoy that, don't you?
Yeah. I do. All right, Clergy Council. First of all, before we begin, first of all, let's just hear from a couple of people. Father Doty, a hard game, difficult, but you were the final strike there for Fortitude. How you feeling going into Clergy Council?
Yeah, there were a lot of things going through my head, and I wasn't sure what to put out there. So this is live on the internet, so I don't want to say anything dumb. So I'm going with prudence, not weird words.
That is valid. That is valid. Father Scott, you came out strong in that game. What would you like to say?
I could have kept going. It was good, but it's a tough one. It's a tough one to be put on the spot. What are you gonna do?
Yep.
100%. All right. With that, would anybody like to play their extra vote bonus that they have before we begin?
An advantage?
I will.
Father Dan Smith and Father Scott Traynor?
Yes.
All right, so they will
Okay.
both have 2 votes. Feel free to write down 2 names, or if it's the same person, you could just write it down once. Now we're going to ask you to lock in your votes. Please write down your votes on your whiteboard. Once they're written down, please remember you're not allowed to change it after you vote.
Oh, the chat is blowing up. Priest, you should know there are so many people supporting you on YouTube live chat. Father Cohn, Father Schulte. Oh, lots of hurt over Father Griffin in the last round, but friends, don't worry, he's safe. Lots of Coyotes fans for Father John Rutten.
All right. Before we reveal votes, let me ask, does anybody wish to play an immunity that they have?
Okay.
All right. With that, Father Doty, who are you voting for?
Well, there's 3 of us from Sioux Falls, so maybe I thought I'd stick with them. But, there's more ancient bonds, like those who went to seminary together. And so I'm going to vote for Father Dan Smith.
Okay.
All right, let's want to vote for Father Smith. Father Traynor.
I'm going to go with Father Doty.
Okay.
1 for Doty, 1 for Smith.
That's 2 for Doty.
Oh, 2.
Oh, right. That is 2 for Doty. Let's go to our second double voter, Father Smith.
I got a lot of good team members here, and they work hard, but you got to choose somebody. Doty, 2 for Doty.
That's 4 votes for Doty. That cannot be overcome. I'm sorry, Father Doty. You will not be the last caller standing. You've been voted out of clergy council. Goodbye, my friend.
Please break your torch. Oh, that was painful.
An audible sigh from our production crew.
Audible sigh from the
just
team.
heartbroken for Father Doty.
All right. Gentlemen, welcome back. We bid farewell to Father Jacob Doty, who is no longer in our midst. Things are getting very, very serious here, which leads us to our next game, which I think is going to involve all of you at home once again on YouTube polls. So get ready to vote. Make sure that you've got your phone if you're doing a watch party. What's our next game, Father?
Our next game, on a lighter note than the Litany of Humility, is called Made in His Image. We ask all of our priests to bring in an object that represents them. Now, personally, when I imagined this game, I wanted it to be an object that looks like them. So if you want to be like me, I'm going to skew my judging for whoever looks most like their object. But technically, it's whoever brings in the best object that you think represents them. We're going to show you the images of the items that our priests brought in, and then we're going to ask you to vote for who best represented themselves with an object.
All right. I think we actually even have an order here, and we do have some of the gentlemen who are no longer in the game at this point, but we wanted you to be able to see their objects as well. So I think we are strolling through those. Father Grant Lacey with a, what are those called? Those knives?
That's a Swiss Army knife.
Swiss Army knife. Father John Rutten with a Coyote Catholic bone. Father Scott Traynor with a giraffe. I love it. If you don't know, Father Scott, how tall are you? Are you like 6'2"?
I'm 6'6".
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Scott is 6'6". So he brought a giraffe. Father Kapperman has a sign that says "Faith until you make it." Father Tim
ironic
Cohn,
because he got voted out.
Yeah, very ironic. Father Tim Cohn has a bear, a carved bear, wooden bear. Father Nick Haiar, the book "Return of the Kings" from Father J.R. Token. If
I think
he was
that
still
was a
in,
jab. I think that was a jab.
yeah, for sure, as he was the last caller standing. Father Jacob Doty has a beautiful instrument. Father
Called a
Tyler,
trumpet.
There it is. I was like, what is that called? Remember earlier we were talking about being on the spot trying to come up with words? Father Tyler Mattson has his water bottle. Looks like he's got all kinds of stickers from where he's been, different national parks. Father Dan Smith, I can't quite see that. I think it's a painting. Is that what it looks like to you? Father Jeff Schulte has his Traeger grill.
Hey, just a reminder, by the way, we're down to 8 contestants. That means we're going to do 2 different YouTube polls. So we're setting up the second one now.
That's right. Father Michael Griffin is that a belt buckle?
Oh, yeah.
The 2013, what is that? Sustain the Fight. Father Griffin, do you have anything that you'd like to say about that?
That was the belt buckle that I got after my deployment to Afghanistan, which was a great opportunity for me to live my priesthood in an entirely different way in a combat zone, and then it also represents being in such a beautifully rural pastorate. Beautiful.
Oh, thanks. I'm so glad I asked. Thanks, Father. And then last but not least was on there, Father Mitch McLaughlin has a wax stamp.
Probably into some nice calligraphy.
That was very cool.
All right, get your votes in, and it looks like we have both of our polls done at this point. So, out of the first poll, Father John Rutten won with his Coyote Catholic, and then Father Griffin won with 36% of the vote in the second half. Now, let's look at their teams quick. They're both temperance, which means temperance is going to take that game. Unfortunately, that means fortitude. I'm sorry. You're headed to clergy council.
Back to clergy council.
All right, first things first, as we get all of you in your breakout group, I'm sorry, Team Fortitude, that you have to do this. But before we have you begin to vote, what are you guys thinking? Who do you think is vulnerable? Who's been a leader so far as part of Team Fortitude?
Father Scott, you're unmuted. Anything you'd like to say?
I think Father Dan Smith's trying to just fly under the radar. I mean, he's just sitting there. He's not saying much, not really playing any of the games. It's very suspicious.
Father Dan Smith, what do you have to say to defend yourself?
You know, that picture that we showed there to everybody, it's a part of being in prayer, being recollected, praying for people. So sometimes you pray for your teammates to do well. So it's power of prayer.
Yeah, so you're dragging the deity into it. Is that what you're doing? Is that your play? Is that your strategy here, Father?
Yeah.
Father Cohn, you're actually not part of Team Fortitude, and so we won't ask you to defend anybody.
I'm not really sure what Father Cohn's doing here. Oh, wait.
I wasn't going to say anything, but
howdy goes.
I think he has a... Oh,
so first
I thought
of all,
maybe he was playing something.
Let's ask all our contestants, does anybody have an advantage that they would like to play? Not an immunity, but some other advantage that you've gained.
Father Mitchell is MIA.
I was going to say, I think we're missing somebody from Team Fortitude.
That's okay. When we get him back, we can ask him the same question, but no advantages. With that, I would ask if you guys could... Father Mitchell, do you have any advantages that you would like to play before the vote?
I have no advantages.
All right. Okay. With that, I'll ask you guys to lock in your votes.
Go ahead and write it down. All right. Does anyone have any immunity that they would like to play at this point?
I would like to play an immunity.
Father Scott Traynor. All right.
Our first immunity game. This means that any votes for Father Traynor will not count.
And you cannot change that if you've already written that down. Oh, Father Dan Smith is also playing a hidden immunity.
Wow. So there are only two people on the table right now. Let's start with Father Traynor. Who did you vote for?
Father Mitchell, because he was AWOL from the tribal council. Pretty
that's
sneaky.
harsh. Father Smith.
That is harsh. Father Traynor.
That's one vote for Father Traynor. Unfortunately, it doesn't count because he's immune. Father Mitchell.
Father Dan.
That's one vote for Father Dan. Unfortunately, he's immune this round. And finally, Father Schulte.
Father Scott.
Which means with Father Scott's one vote for Father Mitchell, Father Mitchell, you are not the last caller standing. Please break your torch. You've been voted out of clergy council.
Oh, goodbye, Father Mitchell. Thank you for playing. It was a joy to have you.
Some expert tactics and gameplay there. Things are getting fierce.
Aiden Wagner says, Father Dan Smith is the GOAT. Somebody else said, get Father Schulte out of there. I will leave that comment anonymous. Lots of hellos and highs. Lots of support for Father Schulte in the chat.
Now, at this point in the game, we're going to what we call unmerge, which means that from now on, there are no teams, everybody plays on their own, and everybody goes to clergy council. As we do that, first of all, remember this is your last call to donate to help your priest or to get in that drawing for the prize package. You can still obviously donate to Lumen Christi anytime you want, but if you want to get in the drawing for that prize package, this is your last chance.
sfcatholic.org/LCS.
And secondly, we'd like to take a minute to introduce you to some of our Lumen Christi missionaries.
Hi, everyone. My name is Krista. I go to Sacred Heart Parish in Yankton, South Dakota, and I will be one of your Lumen Christi missionaries this summer.
Hi, I'm Jay Simler, and I'm from the St. Mary's Parish here in Salem, South Dakota, and I will be a Lumen Christi missionary this summer.
Hi, my name is Bridget. I'm from St. Therese, and I will be a Lumen Christi missionary this summer.
Hi, my name is Neva Michelson. I'm from Sacred Heart Parish in Gettysburg, South Dakota, and I'm going to be a Lumen Christi missionary this summer.
Hi, I'm Bryn Devlin. I'm a parishioner at Holy Spirit Parish, and I'm super excited to serve with Lumen Christi this summer.
Hi, my name is Olivia Michelson. I'm from Sacred Heart Parish in Gettysburg, and I'm going to be a Lumen Christi missionary this summer.
Hello, my name is Jeremiah Moore. I'm from St. Anna Joachim Parish in West Fargo, North Dakota, and I'm going to be a Lumen Christi missionary this summer.
Hi, my name is Sophia Giorgio, and I'm from the St. Joseph Parish in Elk Point, South Dakota, and I'm excited to be a Lumen Christi missionary this summer.
Hi, I'm Tanner. I'm from the Sacred Heart Parish in Gettysburg, South Dakota, and I'm going to be a missionary this summer.
Well, we hope you enjoy meeting some of our Lumen Christi missionaries. And by the way, if you feel called by God to be a Lumen Christi missionary, please contact the diocese. We're always looking for people who are on fire, who love Jesus, and want to share that with others. And we'll give you all the tools that you need to evangelize well and to have a ton of fun with your other missionaries. That was one of the most joyful, beautiful summers of my life.
Absolutely.
So if you're interested, please contact us. We'd love to hear from you.
All right, we are officially no longer in teams. It is now every caller for himself.
I love that.
And I think we are ready for our next challenge. Father, will you tell us about it?
Well, my brother priest, the 12 days of Christmas go by so quickly, and we're knocking on the door of Lent, in fact, which is why we thought it would be the perfect time to do some Christmas trivia. We're going to essentially play Name That Carol, except we've changed. Me and Emily, we just could not remember the names of some of these Christmas carols. We were like, I think maybe. So I think our names for these Christmas carols might be a little off. Maybe we used a synonym that wasn't correct. We would like you, seeing these, to guess the correct Christmas carol. This game will be single elimination. If you get the answer wrong, or it takes you more than 5 seconds to come up with the Christmas carol name, you will be eliminated and will not receive immunity at the coming clergy council. All right, we're going to start. I'm just going to go down my screen as we do it, which means our very first priest up is Father Jeff Schulte. Here's your Christmas carol. Bleached Yule.
What is the name, the actual name of that Christmas carol? Bleached Yule.
3, 2, 1.
You're making stuff up.
I'm sorry. That was White Christmas.
Bleached Yule. White Christmas. That's what it was.
Yeah,
we were close.
Yeah, I should have
We
thought of
were
that.
close.
All right, Father Schulte, you are out. Next up, Father Scott Traynor.
This might be the hardest one in the whole list. Castaneous colored seed vesiculated in conflagration.
Chestnuts roasting over an open fire, baby.
That is correct.
That is correct.
You survived to the next round. All right, Father Dan Smith. Here's your Christmas carol. Singular yearning for a twin anterior incisors.
Singular yearning for the twin anterior incisors.
Silent Night.
That is
That is
incorrect.
not correct.
It was All I Want for Christmas is My Two Front Teeth.
Father Griffin, you are up next. So far, we just have Father Scott Traynor still in the running. All right, Father Griffin, go ahead and unmute yourself. Your Christmas carol, we just couldn't quite remember the name. Righteous Darkness. Righteous.
Holy Night. Oh,
Dar-
Holy Night.
That is correct. Okay, so Father Traynor and Father Griffin, you are still in the running.
All right, Father John Rutten, your Christmas carol is Arrival Time, 2400 hours, weather cloudless. Arrival time,
Silent
2400 hours, weather cloudless.
Did you say something, Father?
I'm sorry, that's time. It came upon a midnight clear.
That's right. All right, Father Grant Lacey, you are up next. Your clue, loyal followers advance. Loyal followers advance.
Oh, come all ye faithful.
That is correct. Well done, Father Lacey. All right, it looks like we have Father Traynor and Father Lacey still in the running. And Father Griffin, excuse me.
Yep. Father Tim Cohen, you're up next. Your carol is... here we go. Okay, your carol is Far Off in a Feeder.
Far off in a feeder.
I'm sorry, that's time. The carol we were looking for was Away in a Manger.
All right, that brings us back to Father Scott Traynor. Are you ready, Father Scott? Your clue, adorn the vestibule. Adorn
Deck the halls.
That is correct.
That is correct. Well done, Father Scott. Father Scott is still in the running. Father Griffin, we are headed to you.
Father Griffin, your carol is Bantam Male Percussionist. Bantam Male Percussionist.
Little Drummer Boy.
That is correct. That is correct. I think the percussionist kind of gave that one away.
Yeah,
That was good.
yeah, I agree. Okay, Father Lacey, are you ready for your clue? Father Lacey, your clue is monarchical triad.
We Three Kings.
That is correct. Father Scott, we're headed back to you.
All right, Father Scott, your carol is... Some of these are ridiculous. Okay, here it is. Jehovah deactivate blithe chevaliers. Jehovah deactivate blithe chevaliers.
That one is hard.
I'm sorry, yeah, that's time. God rest ye merry gentlemen.
Chevaliers. Is that another name for gentlemen?
It must be.
We really dug deep in the thesaurus for that one. Okay, Father Griffin, are you ready?
So we have Father Griffin and Father Lacey are still in the game?
We are down to Father Griffin and Father Lacey. Red man en route to burrow. Red man en route to burrow.
I have no idea.
I hate to say it.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
That was Santa Claus is coming to town. That's right. Okay, so does that mean Father Lacey is still in the running?
It does.
Does he have to get one wrong?
I would like to see him do this next one.
Okay.
All right, Father Lacey for the win. Frozen precipitation commence. Frozen precipitation commence.
He's muted, but he said it. Let it snow.
Let it snow is
Let
correct.
it snow. That's
Father
right.
Lacey, you have immunity at the coming clergy council, which we're heading to right now.
I could sit with those and mess with them all.
Oh yeah, we only got halfway through, and
We had
those
quite
break
the
my
list.
brain so hard.
They hurt so bad.
All right, clergy council. Oh hey, it looks like we got our first bingo from
Congratulations.
Sam. Yeah.
Sam Wygard. Is it Wygard or Wygand? Wygand.
He's a
I
focus
think it's an
missionary.
N.
He's one of our focus missionaries from
Oh,
USD,
from
which is pretty cool.
USD. Father
Thanks for
John,
everybody
does that
at
name
USD
sound
that's
familiar?
watching out.
Congratulations to Sam on bingo.
I wonder what the final one was.
Yeah, I don't know.
Put it in the chat, Sam.
Yeah,
All
let
right.
us know.
Okay, here we go. So, in clergy council, first of all, does anybody have any advantages that they want to play before we begin?
Okay, Father Griffin has an advantage.
Oh, that is immunity. Which okay. We would like to wait to those for after the vote.
I don't know what to do.
But that's okay.
That's okay.
Hey, that's still their
That's
call.
part of the game.
Technically, here's my ruling. Those have not been played yet because we have not asked for them yet. They may play them after the vote. all of you have an interesting dance to play here. Do you think that they're...
because they could hold... You're saying they could hold on to it for the next vote if they wanted
could hold
to
on
instead.
to it. I might not be able to make this ruling again if people start taking advantage of it. But those immunities have not been played yet. There are no other advantages on the table. Priest, we're going to ask you to lock in your votes now.
Go ahead and write down who you would like to vote off this clergy council. NSU is responding to you, Father Jeff Schulte. Does that say stank? Stank.
St. Thomas Aquinas Newman Center.
Hey, we got a couple. Oh, there it is. Okay, thank you. We got a couple more bingos coming in. Lord Brothers, Mattson Keller, Maggie McDermott says stank. That is just funny.
I think that
Aquinas deserves better.
The four of us that have connections at USD should really think about Father Schulte, the current chaplain up at.
Are we allowed to do this?
All right.
I think we are.
With that, I'm going to ask, does anybody have any immunities that they would like to play?
Okay, Father Cohn is going to play his immunity.
Father Cohn is going to play his immunity. Any votes for Father Cohn will not count. Let's start then with Father Cohn. Who did you vote for?
Traynor.
That's one vote for Father Traynor.
Right.
Father Dan Smith.
Lacey.
That's one for Lacey, one for Traynor. Father Griffin.
All 6 feet 6 inches of him.
That's 2 for Traynor.
That's 2 for Traynor. Father John Rutten.
1 for Schulte.
1 for Schulte, 2 for Traynor. Father Grant Lacey.
That is 3 for Traynor.
Father Schulte. That's 4 for Father Traynor. I'm sorry, Father Traynor. You have been voted out of clergy council. You will not be the last caller standing. Please break your torch. Your light has gone out.
I think there was some intimidation based on how well he did during the Christmas trivia.
He's actually really good on the spot.
He's really good on the spot. He was a threat.
Just not in the game of last caller standing.
He was a threat. All right, gentlemen. Whew, goodbye, Father Scott. We'll see you back for the final vote.
Before we move on to our next game, it's actually time for our second prize drawing. Thank you to everybody who's been contributing to Lumen Christi. We really appreciate it. And our winner is Kevin Curley. Kevin Curley, you've won our second prize package full of awesome Lumen Christi swag. Our people will talk to your people.
We'll get in touch with you. All right, let's keep this train rolling. Are we ready for our next game?
Yes, we're on for our next game, which is called the Tower of Babel. First things first.
Does Father Griffin keep changing his hat?
I think he
Did you
does.
notice that?
Yes, I think he has many costume changes. First of all of you should have been given a blindfold in your packet. We need you to put that blindfold on at this time. It's your bandana. Yeah, Father Cohn, you're just going to have to loosen it a little and slide it down over the eyes. Make sure that you can't see. Please, no cheating.
Oh my gosh, this is going to get crazy.
That's a little creepy in a cool way, Father Griffin. That could be a monster in a movie. All right. Now, with yourself blindfolded, you are each going to have 60 seconds to make a Tower of Babel. You may not get up from your seat. You must stay where you are. And you are going to make your tower out of the things around you, whatever you can, to build up a tower. Now, the way this is going to be scored is the number of items, not the height of the tower, but the number of items stacked on top of each other. At 60 seconds, it must be standing for it to count. Whoever has the tower with the most items in it will get immunity. All right. On your marks. Get set. Build! Oh, I said that they couldn't leave their chairs and they immediately scuttled out of the way. That's so good.
So they just slid on their chairs. Oh, interesting strategy for Father Griffin there. I can't tell what Father Lacey is. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. Father Tim Cohn, I see you.
We're not going to give away what they're doing over the chat.
Nope.
We want them each to be independent here.
Remember, it is number of items, not necessarily just height. Number of items that you can successfully stack.
We're at 30 seconds.
I can't watch. We have got...
Father Cohn stood up from his chair and is eliminated.
Really?
Yes.
That was a hard judgment.
This is for safety. We need them all to stay in their chairs.
Oh, somebody said Father Griffin looks like the Green Lantern.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Hands off.
Woo-wee! Okay, I believe you can remove your bandanas.
Yes, you may remove your bandanas, and please take a few moments and count the number of items in your tower.
Father Lacey just got really proud when he saw his tower.
A few things fell off Father Lacey's. Unfortunately, Father Rutten, the second he let go, a cascade of items fell off.
Oh, no, I didn't even see that. Father Dan Smith has a pretty good tower going there. Okay, that's okay. Father Dan, you're still standing. You're fine. Wait,
all right,
is that the ruling?
Once you have how many items were in your tower, please let us know.
54.
Wow. Okay.
50 bowls.
50.
Now, wait. Were those in the bowl? Or you had 50 bowls?
There's 50 bowls.
Oh my. I'm going to rule because they're packaged together, that's 2. If you had unwrapped them, I would say there are 50 bowls stacked on one another, but those are packages of bowls. And I'm going to say the same thing for Father Grant's packet of paper. That is 1 packet of paper.
The judge has ruled.
8.
Okay,
Just
8. 8. All right, Father Jeff Schulte, what do you got? What's your number?
5.
All right, Father Lacey, what was yours?
11, but the bowl has like 1,000 beans.
But the beans are not stacked. You can count the beans as 1. There is a bean sitting on top of the bowl. We will give it that 1.
All right, Father Griffin?
7.
7. Wait, what did Lacey say?
12.
Okay. And 2 am I missing? Father John? What's your number? Okay, you're muted. I can't hear you. But I think he won.
84.
What?
Thanks for everyone who sent me a Christmas card.
Now, that's not counting the ones that fell off. Oh, nice!
Not counting the ones.
All right, Father John Rutten, you win Tower of Babel and receive immunity in the next clergy council, which we're headed to right now. All right, first of all, Father Lacey and Father Smith, some harsh rulings for me. How do you think that's going to play into this coming clergy council?
You know, you got to take life with a grain of salt and keep going. So look forward to continuing this game and being team members with everybody else.
Oh, I love him. Father Lacey, anything you'd like to say?
I knew you wouldn't count all the beans.
Resignation. All right. With that, does anybody have not immunities, but advantages that they would like to play during this clergy council? Father Cohn is invoking his extra vote. Father Cohn, you have 2 votes in this coming clergy council. You may write 1 name, or if you want to vote for 2 different people, write both of their names. And with that, I'll ask all of you to begin to lock in your votes. Write them down. We are down to our final 6 competitors.
Lots of support for Father John and Father Griffin coming through the chat right now. People are still guessing some of our Christmas carols.
There's also some outrage in the chat over the Beans decision, as it will henceforth be known.
Brendan Logan is a little upset about that. He really felt like the 100 beans should have been counted.
Here's my thing. I think if we could go through and figure out how many beans were stacked one on top of the other to the highest point, but you can't count all 1,000 beans. That's just ridiculous.
Right.
You know, what are we doing here?
I feel like that was a fair judgment.
All right. Anybody at this point, now that the votes have been locked in, does anybody have an immunity that they would like to play? We already know. There's Father Dan is going to play his immunity. We also know that Father John Rutten is immune. Any votes for him or Father Smith will not count. Let's start with Father Griffin. Who was your vote for?
I just had to pick somebody. Father Schulte the Magnificent.
Father Schulte, that's one for Father
Sorry.
Schulte.
We haven't been on a team yet all night. So
Father
that
Schulte
was-
the Magnificent.
Father Rutten.
2 for Father Schulte.
That's 2 for Father Schulte. Father Grant Lacey. No. 3 for Schulte. Father Cone. That is 5 votes for Father Schulte. A complete blindside. Father Schulte, you are not the last caller standing. Please break your torch and leave.
Did you see that coming?
I did not see any of that coming. There might have been some machinations in the chat.
Sometimes I think there's a secret world of priest communication that none of us lay people understand, because I did not see any of that coming.
You mean like telepathy or just the chat feature?
Oh, shoot. I didn't even think about that. Oh, man. Father Schulte, please wave goodbye to your Newman Center people that are supporting you in the chat.
And thank you so much for playing tonight.
Thank you for playing, Father. All right, I think we're ready for our next game, Father.
We're on to our next game with our top 5 people left, gunning for that last caller position. Our next game is Finish That Sentence. We're going to give you a quote from a famous person, or maybe somebody that you know, and you will finish that quote. This game also is single elimination, with the last priest standing winning immunity. The rules are really simple. We'll give you a quote. You need to finish it. We'll ask the priest to take turn, and the last priest standing wins. All right, so we're going to start off. I'm just going to go from the top down. We're going to start off, Father Dan Smith. You are the first one up. Here is your quote. That's one small step for man, one
huge step for mankind.
So close, but I'm sorry, that is incorrect. It's one giant leap for mankind.
I was wondering what you were going to do with that one. That was tough. All right. Goodbye, Father Dan Smith, for this game. Father Michael Griffin, you are up next. The only thing we have to fear is...
fear itself.
That is correct. Franklin Roosevelt. All right, Father Griffin is still in the game. We're headed to Father John Rutten with Father Grant Lacey on deck.
Father Rutten, your quote is, never let the fear of striking out keep you from...
You're muted. Give it one more try.
Going up to bat.
Oh, I'm sorry. Playing the game. That was from Babe Ruth. Never let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game.
All right, Father Grant Lacey, you are up next. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself.
Wherever you choose.
That is correct. Oh, are you going to give that one? No.
What was it?
Any direction.
It is any direction
I'm
you
sorry.
choose.
You were so close. You were so close. I just gave it to you. Okay, so Father Griffin, I think, is the only one still standing. Is that correct?
Yes, with Father Cone still to go, right?
And Father Cone still to go. Father Cone, you are up.
Father Cone, your quote is, in 3 words, I can sum up everything I've learned about life.
I would not have gotten this one. Nothing? It goes on. In 3 words, I can sum up everything I've learned about life. It goes on. That's from Robert Frost. Father Griffin, it looks like you are a sole stander after that game, which means you are immune from this clergy council, and I think we are ready for another clergy council.
However, Father Griffin, I do want to test your mettle. We have one more quote here from a guest presenter. Can you finish this quote?
Keep blank of grace.
Oh, I couldn't understand.
Come a little closer here, Bishop.
So the question is, keep blank of grace.
You got to fill in the middle part.
And this was a quote from Bishop himself.
Keep blank of grace?
Yes. Oh, all the other guys are like, I know this one. I know this one.
All right, Father Rutten, to share with us.
You got to give Father Griffin another chance. He's a little older, so it takes a little longer. Let's try it one more time, Father.
I couldn't hear Father Rutten's answer there.
Well, I didn't know if I could say it.
Yes, you can.
Keep riding the wave
Riding
of
the
grace.
wave of grace. That's right. That is right. Keep riding the wave of grace.
By the way, you may have, I know you can't see it, but our special guest presenter here for that question was Bishop DeGroot himself. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I hope that they're going to get best costumes. I'm pretty impressed there with Father Griffin.
He has actually been changing costumes throughout the night. There's a different hat on. It's amazing.
Bishop.
Is this whole house that way?
I kind of wonder. Bishop, can you tell us really quick what you mean when you say ride the wave of grace?
Sure. What that means is we stay in God's grace. So we ride the wave of grace. It's actually from a quote from a book on the Prayer for Beginners. And it speaks about how it's like a wave of grace. You think of like a tidal wave and someone who's surfing. You just stay on the wave of grace. So that's the goal.
That's
stay
the
in
goal.
grace. Ride God's grace. Let him carry you.
That's the goal.
Bishop, I know from lots of conversations with you that one, you have a passion for the youth, and two, a passion for us getting out there and evangelizing, getting out of our comfort zones and bringing Christ to people who don't know him yet. Why has Lumen Christi been such an important thing in the diocese, and why would you encourage people to help support us tonight?
Yeah, I think it's very practical. So what we need in today's world is we need real experiences of being able to receive God's love. And so you create that environment through Lumen Christi, where you actually have the chance to grow in friendship with the Lord, meet other people who are on the same journey, and to be able to do it in a time and a way that enables us to try to apply the faith for the youth at this stage of their life and be able to have open conversations, prayer experiences, fun activities, those kinds of things. And we just need that so much in today's world.
Amen. One last thing, Bishop, while we still have you. Of the guys remaining, who do you want to win?
I shall keep it in pectore, in my heart.
Well, we hope you can stick around. We've got a few more challenges, and then we're going to be ready to vote for our final last caller standing.
I shall be back.
Excellent.
right.
Thank you so much, Bishop.
All right, so Father Griffin, you are immune as we head into this next clergy council. You knew well the quotes that we put in front of you, minus Bishop's, but we won't hold that one against you.
That was a hard one because it was in the middle, too.
It was hard because it was in the middle. I feel like if you could have seen it, it would have been easier, but it's hard to do it audibly. Okay, I think we're ready for our clergy council. So, gentlemen, is there anything, let's see, Father Griffin, I love the pastorate of the visitation. All right, here we go. I love it. Anything anybody would like to say to defend themselves before we jump in? Father John Rutten, you did come in clutch with that bishop quote at the end. Anything you'd like to say?
I think that says something, and, the bishop would have been rather disappointed had none of us known it. So I think it was good that we did, and we were all eager to raise our hands.
That is fair. That is fair. All right. Does anyone have an advantage that they would like to play at this time? Meaning an extra vote, not your immunities yet. All right. Are we ready for them to cast their votes?
Absolutely.
All right, gentlemen, go ahead and cast your vote for who you think shall be voted off the island this clergy council. Remember, Father Griffin is immune. Although, Father Griffin, you do get to vote.
At this time, we're going to ask, does anybody have any immunities that they would like to play now that the votes are locked in?
Okay.
Some of those valuable resources running out.
Doesn't look like it. All right, let's go around the horn. Father Dan Smith, who are you voting for? Father Lacey, that's one for Father Lacey. Father John Rutten, who are you voting for this round? Father Dan Smith, that's one for Father Smith. Father Grant Lacey, that is two for Father Smith. Oh boy. Father Tim Cohn, who are you voting for? Father Dan Smith.
And last but not least, Father Griffin.
That's 4 for Father Dan Smith. See, there's a secret world of priest conversation. Father Dan Smith, I am so sorry to say it. This is your last clergy council. Please break your tiki torch. Oh, man, this is so hard. And he was such a genuine player all night long.
Oh, yeah. But, but now, Father Smith, actually, there's a watch party over at St. Michael's, so now he gets to go and hang out with everybody.
That's right. That is true. Yeah, let's look at a special shout out to all of the watch parties that are happening tonight. I know we've got one over at, let's see, is it in Parker or T tonight? With some of the Catherine Drexel folks I know we're going to be there. Shout out to the Lord's Day group, especially Lily Ann Leadham, who wants Mom to wave at her. Hello, Miss Lily. All right. Whew, we are getting down to the wire here.
We are at our final 4 priests, and I'm so excited. This is one of the most beloved games in Lumen Christi history. This is Zero Prep Homily. Now is the time every year where we put our priests to the test. Sometimes you don't get a whole week to prep your whole homily. Sometimes you thought it was the deacon's turn to preach, and the deacon thought it was your turn to preach. And all of a sudden, with zero prep, you got to preach. But of course, we can't just make it that easy. So each priest will have 60 seconds to preach a homily for us. That homily must include 2 words that I will give them right before they begin. And then we will throw it to a YouTube poll, and all of you at home will get to vote on who you think gave the best homily. So we're going to go first with Father Griffin. You are first up on this zero prep homily.
Can't have my hat on when I'm preaching.
I gotta have my hat on.
Yes. All right. After I say these 2 words, you will have 60 seconds to bring us closer to the Lord. Your 2 words, it's actually a word and a phrase. All right. Your 2 are spiders and pregnancy cravings. Go.
When it was we gather together in the gift of the Lord, coming together in this web that binds us together, there at the heart, this spider, we feel the touch, we feel the love. Like a pregnant woman, we seek together that wonderful gift, pickles and hard-boiled eggs, and the wonderful gift that brings us life. So when we are brought to life, all God's people are brought to life in this wonderful gift, this wonderful web, with the heart of Christ at the center, and each of us desiring, like those pregnant women, to be more and more alive.
20 seconds to spare.
Hey, that's okay. That was beautiful.
Well
that was so
done.
good.
I am inspired. I am moved. Well done, Father Griffin. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a reminder. You are going to be voting at home in the poll on YouTube for these. So, Father Griffin, well done.
All right. Next up is Father Rutten. Father Rutten, your 2 topics are Travis Kelce and Aquaman 2.
Who's
Go.
Travis Kelce?
Every human heart desires greatness, and Aquaman is a sign of our desire to live out something great and to live vicariously through someone great. Travis Kelce is also a sign of this. And when we recognize that he even gets the beautiful lady, we just say even more, what a hero. There's a difference between the 2, though. One is fiction and one is reality. And when we look at reality, we realize that we need someone more than Travis Kelce and we need someone more than Taylor Swift. How about Jesus Christ be the one that we all follow? Jesus Christ be the one that we give our lives to and we pay attention to and we talk about and we listen to and we share the life that he has given with all the people we meet.
Ooh,
right at
well
time.
Preached. Well done, Father John Rutten. Preach.
All right, next up is Father Lacey. Father Lacey, your 2 words are LaCroix and Mount Rushmore. Go!
Oh, you got to unmute.
He's muted. You're muted. We'll get you a timer. We'll get your timer reset. All right, on your marks to say go.
Every spring, I have the wonderful opportunity as the chaplain at Mount Marty University to gather up all of our freshmen to go out and visit the Black Hills. See all these beautiful monuments, for people that have had great accomplishments in their lives. We go to Mount Rushmore, and we want to remember all of those leaders before us. We go to Crazy Horse, remembering all those people that came before us. And it's really a lot of fun. We stay at the National Guard Center, where my cousin Father Bob is there this weekend, just sipping his LaCroix water and hanging out with the troops. It's a beautiful opportunity for all of us to gather together and to think about what's come before us and where we're all headed. And God willing, we're all headed down the path that our Lord is leading us on, one step at a time, one day at a time, drawing ever closer to our Savior, Jesus Christ.
Amen.
All right, at time again. You guys are pros.
Father Lacey. Ooh, well done. Well done. Father Tim Cohn, this leads us to you.
All right, Father Cohn, your 2 words for your homily are AirPods and sunburn. Go!
You know, in the world today, we're filled with all kinds of external stress, that are chipping away at our hearts. And, oftentimes you don't know what to do with it. I mean, so you just want to close out the world. You want to shut out the noise. And so you put your AirPods in and you keep trying to go for it. But sometimes it's not working. It's still not enough. And you keep pushing and you keep pushing. And it feels like you're in the daily grind. You feel the beat of the sun on your face and you got nothing but bad sunburns all day. And sometimes you just need to reach out for help. And this is exactly where our Lord meets you. Right in the midst of the poverty and the noise where everything is falling apart, he reaches out, he says, I want to share my life with you. I have something great in store for you. Come and follow me.
Wow. You guys are so good. There's a reason this is like everybody's favorite part every year.
It's so good. It's so impressive. You say those words and I think I have no idea where I would go with that. We're getting a ton of comments, by the way, in the chat, just praising you guys for incredible preaching. Thank you from across the diocese to all of our priests.
And from across the world, we have listeners, we have people watching from Rome. Shout out to all of you.
That's right. That's right. All right, friends, we have our poll officially live in the chat. Which was your favorite homily, the homily that touched your heart most deeply tonight on Last Caller Standing? Lots of great feedback. Bring the fire, Father Cohn. Yes, Father John. Good. The great delivery, Father Grant.
Hey, and look, we don't want to rush your vote here. This is important. So we're actually going to kick you guys over to a video hearing from Thomas Escrow about the wonders of Lumen Christi. Enjoy.
So here in Aberdeen, we've been blessed with Lumen Christi missionaries. We've both had the summertime missionaries and the school year missionaries that have had such an impact in their own ways on the lives of young people, giving a witness to what does it mean to be a young person on fire in the faith, to have a relationship with Christ and the church. What does it mean to have a prayer life, to have be steeped in the sacraments, and giving our young people, the witness of another young person who loves Christ and can teach someone else how to do that. I have been personally impacted by Lumen Christi just in working with the missionaries and witnessing just their own spiritual life, and they're always just so willing to step out of their comfort zones. And so for me personally, I think it's a great witness to how faith calls us out of a place of complacency, calls me personally out of a place of comfort, and the Lord leads me towards places where perhaps sometimes I don't want to go, but he will never abandon us, right? And he gives us every grace that we need. And the missionaries are such a visible expression of that side of our faith. I have young kids that have been to Lumen Christi summertime each summer. It's just a real communal experience for our children to recognize that faith isn't just something that we learn, but it's something that we live.
I think Garrett
and that we live together.
I think that
a beautiful thing about Lumen Christi is not only do we get to grow as a community, but the missionaries also grow within their experience. It takes them out of their comfort zone for a summer, throws them into a community where they don't know anybody, and but they also get to be seen as leaders. The missionaries grow so much in their personal prayer life, in their sense of what the church is, of being in community, but also being a missionary, because we're all called to be missionaries. Per our baptism, we're all baptized into the mission of Christ. And so Lumen Christi is a real tangible expression of missionary work, but it also sets them on a course to be a missionary in the rest of their life, no matter what they go on to do after graduation from college or after their Lumen Christi experience. It helps them to really embrace the life of Christ and the missionary aspect of being a Catholic.
All right, we're back. Still in the glow from those wonderful homilies. We've just closed our poll, and the results are this. With a dead tie between Father John Rutten and Father Tim Cohn at 34% of the vote each. Emily, I'm going to need your okay on this. I'm not going to do anything without my co-host. I think they both get immunity.
Oh, snap. I did not see that coming.
Hey,
okay.
Sometimes I'm beneficent, and I give, and sometimes I take away.
Okay, I think that's fair. So both Father Rutten and Father Cohn have immunity going into this clergy council.
All right, with that, Father Rutten, Father Cohn, both safe from your tremendous preaching. What are you feeling now? What are you thinking now that you're safe as you go into this council?
Holy moly, man.
I'm thinking these are some tough competitors. I keep looking at the screen and I keep thinking, oh my gosh, this is down to the wire.
This is down to the wire.
Glad to have a moment here to breathe.
Yeah, this is probably the most crucial immunity win of the whole game.
Speaking of being crucial, does anybody have any advantages that they want to play? This will be the last round where you can use either advantages or immunity. We'll call for immunity in a second, but does anybody have any advantages they want to play? All right, with that, we're going to ask you to lock in your votes. Go ahead, write down who you think should be voted out of clergy council.
People are throwing a lot of flags on your judgment there, but friends, we got to keep this game moving.
Friends, rigged? You voted. You voted.
No, they don't like
Is democracy
They want
rigged?
your tiebreaker. They want a tiebreaker. They're bummed about the double immunity, but I think that's in your jurisdiction as the judge, overseeing the entire game, recognizing yet what's to come. I think it was a good call.
You know, there's a lot of saltiness headed my way, and I can take it. I can sit in that salt.
It's like the NFL referees. People are just mad at them all the time,
I actually thought people would be, well, I suppose if you're rooting for one of the other two priests, that's tough.
I think that's what they don't like.
But hey, maybe one of the other two priests should have preached a better homily. Don't leave it to the judges. Don't leave it to the scorecards. You know what I'm saying?
I think that would have been a hard vote. I was very impressed with every single homily that was given today. All right, I think we're ready to reveal some votes. Father Griffin, do you want to get us started? Who are you voting for?
Oh, wait. First, we need immunities. Are there any immunities?
Yeah, would anyone like to play an immunity?
Wow, Father Grant coming in clutch.
Wait, this means what does this mean?
Wait. This could all go crazy here in a minute, but this means that only votes for Father Griffin will be counted. Father Griffin.
The only vow that I have made to myself as we began today was that under no circumstances, unless absolutely necessary at the very end, would I vote off a current or former parochial vicar. So I voted for Father Michael.
No way. Oh, my goodness gracious.
You guys have just witnessed a father's heart laying down his life.
A man of character.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. There's no need for further. We don't need to know. I'm not going to make any of the rest of you say how mean you are to some other player. Father Michael Griffin, you are an excellent player, a wonderful priest, a mentor, but unfortunately you will not be the last caller standing. Please break your torch.
Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot make this up.
That was such a twist. I'm still shook.
Such a twist.
All right.
This is not scripted, ladies and gentlemen. This is not scripted.
You can't say that, Emily.
But, no, they need to know. Otherwise, they're going to think we rigged that. That was not planned. That was not part of the plan. I repeat, that was not part of the plan.
Oh, man. All right. So with that, we're headed to our final vote. This is how this is going to work. Each of these three priests are going to get a few moments to make their case for why you should vote for them to be the last caller standing. I can read that. I didn't have time. So first of all, remember that if you want to vote on Flocknote to get an extra vote, essentially, you need to text last caller to 84576. That's last caller to 84576. That will open up your opportunity to vote via Flocknote. And remember, you'll also be able to vote via YouTube for in this finale between these last three priests. They're each going to get a few moments, like a minute, to give us their pitch. Why should they be the last caller standing? And then we're all going to vote. And we're going to bring all of our priests back to vote. Whoever wins the flock note poll will get 1 vote. Whoever wins the YouTube poll will get 1 vote. And then all of the priests each get 1 vote to decide who is the last collar standing. All right, with that, let's turn it over to Father Cone for your closing statements.
Wow. Well, what a ride. I didn't think we were going to end up at this point. Not going to lie, I thought I was going to end up being voted off like one of the first ones. But at the end of the day, I absolutely love the Diocese of Sioux Falls. And no, I'm not going to quote word for word what I said last year. But the fact that I absolutely love the priesthood. I love being a priest, pouring my heart out, serving the people of God here in this diocese. And I couldn't imagine serving with better brothers than I have right here. What a gift the priesthood is, what a gift Jesus Christ is, to worship him, to serve him every day. And not only just my brothers here, but all of the people of God watching. Hey, man, we're rooting for our Lord first and foremost. And I actually believe that. And yes, I do want your vote. But hey, man, I just love being here. This is awesome.
Amen. Thanks, Father Cone. Father John Rutten, any closing remarks from you? And then we'll go to Father Lacey.
I'd just like to say I think I've played a great game. I won 4 of the competitions. I won group competitions and individual competitions. Came in for the clutch to help Bishop not be left hanging. And there were some things going on in the background, and I think those sort of played out in a way. I think I held my integrity, but made some good allegiances and good friends on the journey. And in addition, we got a watch party going here at the USD Newman Center, helping raise funds, listening. And I think one thing you don't know is Father Traynor and I were discerning the same Holy Spirit at a certain point. And the way things moved, I just thought, oh my gosh, I've been listening to the voice of God in this game because Father Traynor and I were on the same page. So lots of levels this is all happening. Of course, Jesus is a part of it, but this is a game, my friends. And I have been at 7th place, 4th place, and I'm right now making my way. And I think I deserve your vote.
All right, Father. How about you, Father Grant Lacey? Any final remarks? Make sure you unmute yourself so we can hear it all.
It's been a great afternoon. I haven't been keeping score. I don't know what I've won. I'm not sure what I've lost, but I know that I've had a really good time. And I'm super excited to be able to be part of this, to be able to advance the work of Lumen Christi, to be able to help share the message of the gospel to all those people in our diocese. And yeah, that's about it.
Thank you, Father Lacey. Wow, what a phenomenal final 3 contenders that we have today.
I mean, you can't go wrong in our diocese, but you can't go wrong in our diocese. Sorry, I just got some crazy information. You can't go wrong in our diocese, but yes, these 3 priests are amazing. All right, what we're going to do now is we're going to bring back all of our priests. We're going to bring back all of our priests. And we're going to get, first of all, we'd ask each of you, you've heard their pleas, you've heard their arguments, you played with them, you know who did backhanded deals or who was a player of integrity, you know who you want to win. So now it's time for every priest, except for the 3, right? Except for our 3 finalists, Father Rutten, Father Lacey, Father Cone, you won't vote. All of the others of you, please take a moment now and vote for who you think should be the last collar standing. You'll write it on your boards. Do not reveal them until we tell you. But feel free to do that now.
And I think we're going to go ahead and close our YouTube poll very, very shortly, if not in the next 5 seconds. And we will close our Flock Note poll as well. And we will reveal the winner from the People's Choice first before we go through and reveal our votes for our priests. Okay, so our YouTube poll is in. Are you all ready for this? According to the People's Choice on YouTube, Father Tim Cone comes in at first place with 46%. Let's see what our Flock Note reveals. Interesting. Okay, this is why we have multiple platforms for voting. So, via YouTube, Father Tim Cone was our number 1 contender. Via Flock Note, our number 1 contender, Father John Rutten.
Now, my brother priests, you will each get 1 vote coming up here in a minute. But we know that as priests, we don't possess the fullness of holy orders. And so even though we get one vote, if somebody had the fullness of holy orders, I would suppose they would need like at least 2 votes, right? Don't you think? And so we're actually going to bring in Bishop DeGrood right now.
Come on down.
We razzed him earlier asking him to pick. He said he would keep it close to his heart, but now it's time for the thoughts of hearts to be revealed. Bishop, you have 2 votes. You may split them or you may give them to one candidate. Who do you think deserves to be
You're
the
gonna
last
ask him
caller
to go
standing?
first?
Yes. Yes,
The
yes.
priests go first.
Oh, I want them to be able to reveal.
Okay.
Oh, yes, the priests should have locked in their
they
votes
should
by
have
now.
locked in their votes. Yep.
2, 4,
You remember who the final 3 are, right?
Father Tim Cohen.
Okay.
There's 2 for Father Cone. So the score right now lies at
3 for Father Cone.
3 for Father Cone, 1 for Father Rutten. All
1
right,
for Father Rutten.
let's begin to have the priests reveal their votes. Father Kapperman, who did you vote for?
He is a man of integrity. He's a man who kept his promises, and he's a man who poured out his blood, sweat, and tears for the diocese.
That's a vote for Father Cone.
Cone.
Father Nick Haiar.
This was really tough, guys, because once the jackrabbit was eliminated, it didn't matter. Like, all of us were going to win. But I got to support my buddy, Father John. Go Yotes.
All right. Father Mitch McLaughlin.
Go Yotes. Father John Rutten.
Man, there's some strong Coyote Alliance happening right now.
All right, Father Doty.
I also went to USD, so go Yotes.
Oh,
wow.
The Newman Centers are changing the course of the diocese right now.
All right, Father Griffin, what is your vote? Oh, you're muted.
Wait, extra vote.
Unfortunately, we said that the last round was the last round that you would be able to use that immunity. Or that...
Father Griffin, you're muted. I know you're so passionately speaking, but I don't know what you're saying.
I said, fire me. I had the sheet.
I think you give it to him.
I think you give it to him.
I've made outrageous calls tonight, and it's not going to stop now. I'm going to give him 2 votes, which I think technically means you've been elevated to the level of bishop.
Oh,
Well,
And then he gives it up. He gives it up.
he demonstrated the charity of Jesus Christ by stepping out and would not take out his parochial vicar. So he gets to, don't you think he gets to?
Yeah.
I
there's-
think so. Who were the 2 for? I missed it. Say it
For
one more
Father
time.
Lacey and Father Cone.
All right.
All right, that means it's 5 for Cone, 1 for Lacey, 4 for Rutten. Still a very close battle here. Father Traynor.
Yeah, so all the USD people rose up against me to kill me. I'm going to practice the biblical principle, the gospel principle of blessing your enemies and doing good to them. So for that reason, Father Grant.
Father Grant.
Oh.
All right, Father Mattson, who did you vote for?
Well, I'm wearing my coyote red, but I also went to USD with Father Tim Cohn. He has my vote.
Okay. Father Dan Smith, who has your vote?
You know, it's hard to vote for people that voted against you, but we have good priests in this diocese, so I like all 3 priests. But Father Lacey needs 1 more vote.
All right, that's 1 for Father Lacey. And Father Schulte, your vote.
Father Tim Cohen. Nice.
Father Tim with some nice art there as well. I get it now. I thought it was a torch. For
I couldn't
last
figure
hour
it out
standing.
either.
It's
It
Father
took me a
Tim,
second.
ice
Father
cream
Tim
cone. All right. Well, we have tallied the votes in 3rd place. Father Lacey with 3 votes. Father Rutten had 4 votes, but coming in at a whopping 7 votes. And this year's last caller standing, Father Tim Cone.
Well done, Father Tim Cone. Bishop, is there anything you'd like to say to your newest last caller standing?
Well, first of all, congratulations. And secondly, I hereby delegate you to say the final prayer of blessing.
Yes!
The Lord be with you.
Wait. We'll
I'm not
have
done.
you do this in just a second. But first, some final announcements before we end our stream
Let's
here.
do that.
Just a reminder, guys, if you've enjoyed this, supported it, donated it, please continue to pray for Lumen Christi as well. We need the Lord to raise up missionaries for our church, and this is one of the ways that happens. So please continue to donate and support. But even if you're not able to do that, please continue to pray, especially over the summer, for our Lumen Christi missionaries.
Also encourage your priests to participate in Lumen Christi next year. We promise we will be back. And just a couple of huge thank yous to all of our participants, all of our priests. This is not an easy thing to do, and we just want to acknowledge that. So great gratitude to our priests, also to the communications office for the Diocese of Sioux Falls, especially Elise and Casey. We have such a huge support behind the scenes, running everything. They've been tallying dollars tonight. So far, we've raised over $14,000 for Lumen Christi throughout the Diocese
You
of
guys are
Sioux
amazing.
Falls. Well done, friends. Thank you for supporting this mission. This is huge. Thank you to our donors. And we're going to just run through some of those sponsors one more time, because those are huge gifts to Lumen Christi. So we had sponsoring Father Tim Cohn, the Lucky W Ranch and Kennel.
Lucky indeed.
Sean and Julie Cleary from St. Joseph Cathedral. Deacon Tim and Kathy Tracy from Eden. And sponsoring Tim Cohn and Father Michael Griffin, St. Anthony Parish in Selby. So those sponsorships go such a long way. If you would be interested in sponsoring next year, it's a great way to make your business known, make your parish known, make your pastorate known, a great way to kind of rally the troops around your community. So we would love to hear from you if you'd be interested in sponsoring next year.
And with that, Father Cohn, would you please lead us in prayer?
I would love to. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Heavenly Father, we praise you. We thank you for your goodness and for your glory and the gift of your life that you desire to share with us. Lord, I ask you to pour your Holy Spirit upon all our entire diocese and the work of our hands, and bless everyone who's watching, all of our priests and everyone, Lord. Give them every grace and heavenly blessing to become the greatest of saints. And may Almighty God bless you and protect you. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen. And until next year, I've been Father Andy Thuringer.
Emily Leadham.
Thank you for watching last.